Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Intel Core i7.
Starting at number 5.
Intel Core i5-12600K. If you're looking for the best gaming processor, it's hard to beat the Intel Core i5-12600K right now. It comes packed with 10 cores for around $300, with 6 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores. The performance cores shred through games, while the extra efficient cores provide some extra bandwidth for more demanding workloads. The single-core improvements with Intel's 12th gen processors shine with the Core i5-12600K. In games, it can outpace even the AMD Ryzen 9 5950X in some cases, and that processor is nearly 3 times as expensive. Overall, it manages to top the gaming charts, only playing second fiddle to the more expensive processors from Intel's 13th gen lineup as well as some high-end AMD options like the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D, which is, again, pricier than the Core i5-12600K.
Coming at number 4.
Intel Core i9-13900K. The best CPU on the market right now is undoubtedly Intel's Core i9-13900K, and that's surprising because it's not even the most expensive. At nearly $560, it's still a pricey chip, but the Core i9-13900K manages to undercut AMD's competing Ryzen 9 7950X while offering better performance in many cases. No small part of that performance advantage is that the Core i9-13900K comes with 24 cores. You get 8 P cores and 16 E cores, giving you a total of 32 threads to work with. Even more impressive, the processor can boost up to 5.8 GHz out of the box, offering some of the highest clock speeds available in a desktop CPU right now. Despite sporting the 13th gen Raptor Lake architecture, you can still use older 600 series motherboards and DDR4 memory with the Core i9-13900K, too. That makes it a much more compelling and cheaper upgrade path if you haven't jumped to DDR5 quite yet.
At number 3.
Intel Core i9-14900K. Intel's Core i9-14900K is a refresh, and because of that, it doesn't bring major performance improvements to the Core i9-13900K, which we'll get to next. For most people, the Core i9-13900K is still the CPU to buy. If you're looking for the absolute best performance, though, the Core i9-14900K offers it. There are a few weak areas of Intel's last-gen chips that the Core i9-14900K improves on. It gets gaming performance close to AMD's Ryzen 9 7950X 3D, and weak productivity tasks, such as compression, are better with the new 14th gen chips. However, areas like rendering and transcoding remain largely unchanged compared to the previous generation. Thankfully, Intel isn't charging more for the Core i9-14900K. If you're coming from Intel's 12th gen or an older platform, it's a great upgrade path. Those already on 13th gen, however, have very little reason to upgrade.
Number 2 of my list.
Intel Core i5-12400F. Intel always follows up its main releases with more budget-friendly options as a generation goes on, and unfortunately, they don't always get the limelight they deserve. That couldn't be more true than it is with the Core i5-12400F. At around $100 less than the Core i5-12600K, you're getting similar performance and a recent Intel architecture. This one comes from the last-gen Alder Lake range, but don't let that scare you off. Instead of a hybrid architecture, the Core i5-12400F opts for 6 performance cores and no efficient cores. That means you're still getting 12 threads, along with a boost clock speed of 4.4 GHz. Gaming is where the chip shines most, oftentimes only taking a backseat of 5% to 10% compared to the more expensive Core i5-12600K. You can push the processor further by removing its power limit, too, allowing it to rival even the Core i9-11900K from a couple of generations back. That's a lot of CPU power for around $150.
And number 1.
Intel Core i5-13600K. The dilemma between Core i5 and Core i7 is always present with Intel processors, but the Core i5-13600K changes that dynamic. It's around $120 less than the Core i7-13700K, while offering similar performance in both productivity tasks and gaming. In some cases, it even beats down the flagship Core i9-13900K, making it one of the best CPUs you can buy right now. For around $300, you're getting a 14-core CPU with clock speeds upward of 5.1 GHz, which would have been unheard of even a couple of years ago. Not all of those 14 cores are built equally, though. Similar to Intel's previous generation, the Core i5-13600K mixes performance, P, cores and efficient, E, cores. With the Core i5-13600K, you're getting 6P cores and 8E cores. The 6P cores are more than enough for gaming, which is what allows the Core i5-13600K to compete with AMD's Ryzen 5 7600X at the same price. It's the extra E-cores where Intel shoots ahead, though, offering better multi-core performance in demanding tasks like video encoding and rendering.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.